Before we get into the video, do not forget to like, comment and subscribe. And just before I start, I want to say I appreciate everybody that's watching these videos. Now that's all said and done, let's get down to it. If you know Ireland, then you know there's a ton of historical gangs in the country that are not to be messed with. There's been a ton of bloodshed, especially in Limerick, where drug deals, extortion and the pursuit of dominance over the city is rife. At Mean, it was so bad at one point that the Garda says Limerick drug gangs had made a business decision to stop shooting each other. But still crime persists. And now a man from Coventry, Logan Jackson, has been found guilty of the murder of boxer Kevin Sheehy, who had a bright future ahead of him. The Irish police says that Logan Jackson acted as a goefer for the notorious McCarthy-Dundon clan. Now Jackson is an evil and cruel person, that's not disputed. I mean, it was only until he was found guilty that police disclosed that Jackson had actually lost his foot in a previous shooting. His pissing people off act made him so unlikable that he couldn't even live in his own city, as Coventry-based gangs were after him, which meant that Jackson was forced to live off the grid, a nomadic existence. At one point, the P1 crew based in Coventry had actually posted bullets through his letterbox as a warning. 22-year-old Kevin Sheehy had won the national under-22s amateur heavyweight title, in which he defended it on a number of occasions. He also won the national boxing championship at youth and elite level, and he was working towards qualifying for the 2024 Olympics at the time of his death. Now, sadly, after a house party, Kevin Sheehy was run over 3 times by Logan Jackson, all because of a fleeting comment made in the spur of the moment in a party setting. The court heard that Kevin had made a jibe at a man who had taken his top off, something to the effect of, "Look at that guy's muscles." It was probably meant tongue-in-cheek. Now, the smaller guy who was with Logan Jackson, who had his top off, did not have big muscles, so he most likely took offence, and that was the catalyst that sealed Kevin's death. Now, this was a deliberate and traumatic killing. What Logan did was run over Kevin, literally dragging his body up the road, before turning him around and running him over for a second time in his 4x4 Jeep, and then he ran over him again for the 3rd time. Kevin was left in the road moaning in pain when his cousin found him. His cousin described seeing so much blood and cuts. He also said that Kevin couldn't speak. His eyes were open and he lay still, motionless. There was a brave girl at the scene who performed CPR while the ambulance was waiting to arrive. Unfortunately, Kevin died. All I can say is condolences to his friends and family, and he was loved and adored. Stay safe.